Hi everyone, just wanted to take a few minutes really to tell you what surprised me and pleased me with the Dyson hairdryer, and to say that with QVC at the moment, this Christmas winter season launch, we've got the launch of the purple nickel one, which is really cool, really beautiful. It means that you'll actually have something that no one else actually has unless they shop with us too. But for me, it's all about the technology. And as a qualified beauty expert, I was intrigued really and skeptical at the price to think, well, what can this hairdryer do that other hairdryers that I've loved in the £50 or £100 price point can't do? And it really did prove to me when I used it that it is something completely different. And when I used it, I actually blind tested it. So I didn't do any of the training, the research, or look at the research of it. I just turned it on, took it straight out of the box and thought, okay, what does it do for me as a customer? What does it do for me as a woman with longer hair? How does it make a difference in drying my hair? Wow. Well, it blow dried even half the time of my speed drying other products that were half the time. So it's taken my blow dry down to only about 3 minutes, which means going to bed with wet hair is no longer an excuse, no longer has to be done. So it really speeds that up. But cleverly, when I turned it on, it actually sounded like a Lear air jet, which I airlifted my husband out of, by the way, in an emergency surgery once. So I know what it sounds like. And it sounded, so even the sound, like the whoosh sound, I knew that the air was being taken through it differently. And when I was using it on the hair, it wasn't blasting the hair, so it didn't feel actually very strong, as in blow the hair off the brush when you're styling it or blow it around upside down, anything like that. But it dried really quickly. All of a sudden it was like whoosh, it's dry, but it dried without drying the hair. So it was really kind to the hair, really shiny finish to the hair. It didn't seem to lift up the cuticles either. There was no fluffiness to the hair. So you got a much sort of more professional finish to your blow dry. And the first time I tested it, I just blew my hair dry upside down as well. So I did it in a very basic way, but found a really instantaneous results. Now, then when I looked into the science of it, it is about the science, the way the motor is, the way that it pushes air through. The other thing is that the scalp never got hot and it never seemed to overheat on the hair or the scalp, but there is a science between the nozzle and the motor that actually measures the temperature as it's going out. So one thing you don't have to do is actually shake the hairdryer, because you shake the hairdryer normally when ones get too hot on your hair, and you're doing that because it's actually feeling hot on your ear or feeling hot on your hair. The Dyson you don't, and that helps to give a smoother finish. So it also means that if you're styling with round brushes, it just then flows the hair, or the heat rather, over the hair more, and you don't get any fluffiness, and you do get that shaping if you are shaping with brushes, things like that as well. It's very easy. The science is in the product, and the science of how it moves the hair is different to any other hairdryer in the world. And that's what gives you this extra quick speed dry, extra shiny, healthy hair, less damaging on the scalp, great for guys as well. And it's really easy to operate, because then I was thinking, okay, is it going to have a computer? Am I going to have to read a really complicated pamphlet? No. If you can operate a normal hairdryer, you can teach yourself this within 30 seconds. You don't even need to practice with it. Just a couple of provisos is, number one, always use it with a nozzle. So if you don't use it with a nozzle, it can get a little bit tangled, but the nozzle, even if you're doing a rough dry, use the wider nozzle for a rough dry, or use the narrower nozzle for intricate work, detail work, and round brush work. It also, by the way, absolutely fantastic. I think this is one of the top things. I have never, in my 30 years of qualified experience, ever found a hairdryer that's been fantastic on curly hair, textured hair, African Caribbean hair, mixed race hair. You know, the really fabulous curl that you normally only wash your hair once every couple of weeks or once a week, because the curl gets better after you've washed it, it loses the frizz, or you normally curl it around your fingers and leave it for 3 or 4 hours to dry naturally. The diffuser on this, and almost the low sort of feeling of air, stops the curl being blasted out. So you can put your very curly, gorgeous hair straight into the diffuser. It doesn't blast the curl, it doesn't lift the cuticle, it doesn't fuzz up the curl. You will get a really gorgeous shiny curl, and it also dries down into the root area really easily. So you don't get the wet root but the dry end of the curl, and it doesn't frazzle up the dry end of the curl because of the science of the technology of the way that it's drying both the end of the curl and into the root and the base of the curl as well. Interestingly, other things I liked was the cool shot. I think, well, all hairdryers have got a cool shot, but most hairdryers' cool shots actually are warm. This cool shot is really cool, as in if it is a hot or a humid day or you're taking it on holiday, it actually feels cool on the skin, cool on the scalp. So you really get a much stronger set if you're styling with a cool shot. I think the best thing is to do like I did, is actually to try it. Definitely put it on your Christmas list. And I think shopping with QVC, two things are massively going to help. Never mind the purple nickel colour that is available nowhere else, but the 4 easy payments means that you can get it home for a quarter of the price and use it for 30 days. Now, I sussed it in the first 5 minutes of using it, and it took less than 5 minutes for me to dry my hair, and I thought, whoa, this is really different. But you've got 30 days to actually try it and to use it as well, you know, on your party nights, your going out nights, your work days. I've run out of time, I'm going to try this hairdryer to see if it's that quick, which is absolutely fantastic. And also to try it on your great different hair textures and different hair types that's in the family. So really, it's just the chance to get it. It's a chance to try it, to take that leap and actually see the Dyson technology in your own home at QVC's great pricing.